today's session we will see how to write the CDK code to create the Amazon RDS MySQL Aurora database with the failover, the multi availability, multi AZ basically. So to make the failover purpose, we should enable the multi AZ options. Okay. So we will see definitely see the CDK codes, how to write the CDK code to create RDS with the Aurora. Okay. Aurora is basically what the so I will let me try to explain a little bit about the RDS, okay, and the traditional MySQL RDS and the Aurora RDS. Aurora RDS is basically managed by the AWS itself. Okay, so they design with the some better performance optimizations and the uh, failure purpose. Okay, uh, it's basically better than uh, traditional MySQL in terms of speed, performance. Okay, there you will find there is a slight costing difference that will not make any more impact, but performance wise Aurora is better one. The main difference between the traditional MySQL RDS instance and the Aurora RDS instance is, so in this Aurora Aurora RDS instance you will, it's basically not required to add disk space limitations. Okay, so you can it will take automatically scale up and scale down. So we will not worry about the disk space how much. Suppose sometimes what will happen if any mid-scale organization or small organization user, sometimes the who is managing the AWS cloud, he doesn't aware about the RDS stuff and the EBS volume. So sometimes sometimes we are not sure how much disk space we required, and we created the RDS with the 100 GB, let's say. Okay, but our actual data is more, it's up to 2 GB or something. Okay, or let's say 5 GB. Then we need to unnecessarily pay the cost for the rest of the disk space. Okay, so with the Aurora RDS instance, we don't need to worry about this kind of the hectic way. It will automatically scale up and scale down the EBS volume. Okay, so that is a main advantage of the using Aurora MySQL. Okay, so today we will see how to set up the, let me pick a pin for you. Okay, so here we will set up basically, you can see now we have Mumbai region here. You can see the region. Okay, inside Mumbai region we have a VPC with the CIDR range. Okay, you can see here. Then we have a two private subnet here. Okay, a a and B. Okay, then we will create in one subnet we will create a master servers, and another subnet we will create a replica server, and it will sync for the failure purpose. Okay, if suppose let's say tomorrow if something goes wrong with the anything wrong with the master server, so we can, it will automatically promote to replica server as a master one. Okay, you can see the here subnet range here IP. Okay, CIDR range basically. In a real time cases, if you are working for the projects, so database basically should not expose to the outer world. It should be in the private subnet basically, for a better security and as a security standard practices. So database should not be in public subnet. If you are doing any R&D for the personal, then you can create in public subnet, but in the real time cases you should not create RDS in the public subnet. Okay, it should be in a private subnet. So you can see here the private subnet. Okay, both are. So let's see, understand the CDK code, then we will deploy. Okay, let's see. Okay, we are in the Visual Studio now. You can see the, I will not again explain the folder structure. If you want to understand the folder structure, you can go to the and introduction video, so you can just get the understanding of the folder structure. So I am in the CDK code directly. So as a regular, we can just mention the import here. Okay, then the class name, and by using this CDK code you can fetch existing VPC. Okay, just you need to replace the VPC ID here. Okay, you will find in the VPC service VPC ID. Okay, then I have I have created, I'm going to create one security group with the RDS SG. Okay, and in that security group I am adding the inbound rule. Okay, as an ingress, add ingress rule. For just practice purpose I am just giving the the 000, but in the real time cases, if you have any VPN IP address or bastion server IP address, you can add that IP address it here. Okay, just note it. Okay, then you can just mention the MySQL port number here. Now coming to the actual CDK code for the RDS. Okay, you can see here the construct with the database name you can mention here, testdb. Okay, then you can take the which engine you want to deploy. Basically I am just using Aurora MySQL. It's a MySQL version. If you just go official website of the AWS, you can just get this engine version. Okay, it is the latest for like something MySQL 8 something, MySQL 8 basically. I'm creating instance 2. That means I it will create one master server and one replica server. If let's say if I suppose mention here one server. Okay, one server, then it will create only single server. That is we can use read or write operations. If I mention here 3 or 4. Okay, so it will, what will happen, it will create one as a master and the rest of the instance as a reader. Okay, just note it down. So for now just I'm just creating two instance. Okay, here, then you can, there are multiple properties you can configure here according to your use cases. Deletion protection. Okay, so storage encryption, removal policy, backup. Okay, I need a backup. Suppose let's say you have a requirement to take a 7 days backup. Okay, so keep last 7 days backup, so you can just mention the days. Okay, it's depend on your requirement. For CloudWatch log I am just keeping for the 1 day. If you want to keep more than that, you can just definitely add like set up like 1 month, week or year something. Okay, just for now I am just adding for 1 month, 1 day. Then you can just mention the instance type here, T3 medium. Okay, then just note down here, publicly accessible, it should be false. Okay, if you make it true, it will access, your database will be accessible. Okay, in future suppose you for the personal practice or something, if you want to access your database from the anywhere, so you can just make it publicly accessible false, true, and in your security group you can just add the inbound rules. Okay, okay, for the public any specific IP address if you want to access from the outer world. Okay, so here just I'm just passing the security group as a variable. Okay, and just one more thing here to note down. Normally when we create the RDS through the console, either we will select the auto generated password or we will add a custom password. Okay, but here I am just mentioning this mentioning the CDK code that my password should store in secret manager. Okay, it's for the security purpose. So I hope you understand the CDK code, and don't worry about the CDK code, I will add in the my GitHub repo project. Okay, so and that project link I will add in description box. Okay, so now let's say we can just deploy this code. Just command CDK deploy, and as earlier said, just add require approval equal to never. Okay, just for the by default yes. So it will not ask the prompt, the type yes for the confirmation. It will take a little bit time, so I will pause the video here and come back. Okay, so as you can see, we have successfully deployed the RDS here. Okay, you can see the status create complete. Okay, and now let's see, go to the AWS account and verify. Okay, Okay, we are in the AWS console now. Just I'm just refreshing the page here. Okay, and if you can, I have already opened the RDS service here. But if you want to open the RDS service, just type RDS in the search box here. Okay, and click on that. Okay, click on the RDS. You will move to RDS service. Okay, so just go to DB instance. Then you can see here there is a two server has been created. One is writer one, that is master, and another one is reader one. Okay, that is a replica. Okay, if you just scroll down little bit to the right side, you can see the availability zone here for the better failover. You can see the one server has been created in AP South 1B. Okay, and another one in A1. Okay, South AP South 1A. Okay, and you can see the size here T2 T3 medium. Okay, we have seen in the CDK code. Okay, you can see the creation time. Replica lag is basically, seeing the replica server, the reader one will try to continue sync with the master one. Okay, if there are any lags due to any network performance or the right operations, it will take a little bit time, but it will sync automatically. Okay, in the real time you can just monitor the replica lag, or you can just configure the CloudWatch alerts to monitor the replica lag. You can just set 300 seconds, that means for the 5 minutes. Okay, depend upon your alerts standards, how much time you want to configure, so you can just set accordingly. Okay, so now let's see, we have a master and replica servers. Now let's check the password. Okay, I am just moving to the secret manager service here. You can just search same with the search bar, and I have given the secret name here, db password. Just go into that, just scroll down a little bit, you will see secret vault here, secret value basically. And you need to just click retrieve secret value here, so you will get a db hostname here. Okay, and the username, then database name and password. Okay, so now let's verify if we are able to connect to this server, database server or not. Okay, just copy the db hostname here. Okay, to connect the database, MySQL database, you can use MySQL workbench as a client. Okay, MySQL workbench, you can use to perform any database operations like running the query or any checking the records or something. Type a username here. Okay, let's go to again Windows, copy the password. Okay, and just enter the password in store vault. Just click on OK and just click on test connection. Now we will not make any connection because as you can see we have created the database in private subnet. Okay, how you can verify? Let's go to AWS console and verify it. Okay, it's taking too much time because the connection will not happen due to private one. Okay, so now let's go to the AWS console and you can just go to the writer one, click on writer instance, and under the connectivity and security, just scroll down, you will see the options publicly accessible, no. Okay, this is the one option. Yeah, you can see the error message like failed to connect MySQL. This is one of the one of the options you can see here, public accessibly no. Okay, that means we can't connect from the outside world. Now the another thing is, in the VPC, open the VPC service in different tab. Okay, you can just check the subnet here. Just scroll down a little bit, you can see the subnet ID here, just copy it. Okay, either you can go from here as well. or you can search subnet copy subnet id and search in the vpc service. Okay, you can see the last one is a dd. Okay, this one. So just click on that, click on route table. Okay, just for now, just understand the option in the for the detail about the vpc and the database we will see in the separate session. Okay, so just for now, just understand the private subnet. Okay, private subnet means that basically it will not accept the any internet connection. Okay, you can see in the route table there are no any internet gateway attached. Okay, that's why we are not able to connect the database. Okay, that two options. So now we will see what we can do is we will make it public one. Okay, to check the connections, but in the real time you should not make a public one. Okay, just note down this one. Just make a true it because publicly accessible true. Okay, and just deploy it again. Okay, it will take a little bit time, so meantime we can go with the aws console and enable the internet gateway for the subnets. Okay, how you can enable the internet for the subnet? You have these two subnets. Just go to database service. Just understand this process, so don't worry about the vpc. I will create the detailed video about the vpc, what is the vpc, subnets, route table, internet gateway. Okay, so don't worry about that. So you can see here we have master server in availability zone 1 b and another one is 1a. Okay, so now what we can do is we can add route table to allow the internet connection. Okay, so we will make it public one. Okay, I have public route table here. Route table is basically the routing the traffic. Okay, so you can see here the internet gateway attached to the public world. Okay, just click on save. Same thing do for the another one. We have two subnets here. Just select the public route table here and just click on save. Now we will go back to the RDS service. You can see the modification is going on because we are making publicly accessible true. Okay, that means we can able to access outside the world. So we will wait here for a few minutes until the status will come available. Okay, okay, the master one is available now. Okay, all three all two available now. Okay, so now again go back to the MySQL workbench here. Okay, and just again click on test connection. So now you can able to see the successfully we have successfully made the connection to the database. Okay, just okay, he is asking just for the name. Okay, you can add any name here and click on OK. Just click on that. MySQL Workbench is a free client tool. Okay, you can just download easily through the browser. So we are now in the database server. So just execute the query like show databases. As you are aware, we have created the database with the name like testdb. You can see here testdb. Okay, so this way we can create the database with the multi availability zones. Now let's say do one more troubleshooting here. As I said, it's a failure. How we can verify it will work as a failure. Okay, so you can see here the instance. This instance is the writer role, that is master one, and the another one is like the ending word is triple jq, that is reader one. Okay, so what we can do is here we will make master server as a maintenance mode, so it will automatically reader will promote to writer one. Okay, just remember this id. Triple jq is a reader one. Okay, it will be a master one now. Okay, just click on that master server current. Okay, from the actions, make it as a file failure. Okay, so let's monitor now. Triple jq. Okay, just refresh it. It will take a little bit time here. Okay, you can refresh the page. It's still showing reader one. Okay, yeah, you can see now the triple jq is now writer one. Okay, it's automatically promoted to master one. Okay, now again we will go back. Now let's say the triple jq is in maintenance mode. It's maintenance mode means suddenly got any issues or something. Okay, and we will promote to. Now just remember the word ovu is a reader one. It should be a master one now. Okay, for the current master server I am just making it maintenance mode. That means your server has an issue, so it's creating the failover session here. It will take a little bit time. Ovu is a reader one now. It should be a writer one. Okay, writer means master. If you have any questions related to what is the master and reader, so in the real time cases what will happen, we will we will create the multi-ag enabled database instance. Okay, one we will use writer for the write operations. If we want to add any records or something as a basically write operations, for the we use separate writer instance, and for the read operations we use reader instance. Why? Because if we bombard the operations on the single server, like we do write and read operations on from the single server, then it will get performance will get slow basically. Okay, so to segregate this operations, we use failover with the master slave architecture. Okay, now just refresh again. You can see the ovu is writer now. Okay, so this way you can just do practical at your own. And if you have a real time any issues, this kind of, it will automatically promote to writer one. Okay, the reader will be promote as a writer one. Okay, so about the cdk code, I have already pushed in the my github project. I will definitely add the links in the description box, so don't worry. You can see the architecture diagram as well here. Okay, and cdk code you will find in lib folder. Okay, here you can see I have also added the comment here, so you will get some understanding here. Okay, yeah, that's all for the today's session. We will meet again with the new helpful session. Okay, thank you.